In this video, we'll be talking about real number line, opposites, and absolute values. A real number line is a representation of all the real numbers on a horizontal line, where each point on the line corresponds to a real number, and every real number corresponds to a point on the line. Now, let's draw a number line. The real number line extends infinitely on both sides. So usually we have arrows on both sides of the line. And the point on the line labeled 0 is called the origin. The origin separates the number line into negative side and the positive side. Numbers to the right of the origin are positive, and numbers to the left of the origin are negative. So the number line is marked with equal units of distance. The endpoints of these units are paired with integers. The number line not only contains points corresponding to integers, but also contains points corresponding to fractions and decimals. For example, this point right here, the middle point between 0 and 1, actually is paired with a fraction 1/2 or a decimal 0.5. So the midpoint between -1 and 0 corresponding to fraction -1/2 or a decimal -0.5. On a number line, the point paired with the number is called the graph of the number. And the number paired with a point is called the coordinates of the point. So for example, this point is called the graph of the number -2. And the number -2 is called the coordinates of this point. On a horizontal real number line, the number increases from left to right. So -3 is smaller than -2, smaller than -1, smaller than 0, smaller than 1, 2, 3. Let's see one example. Graph these numbers on a number line and list them in increasing order. Now we can draw the number line. Here the origin is 1, 2, 3. Here's a -1, -2, -3. Now we use the red color to graph these numbers on this number line. First number, 1/2. Right here. Second number, -2. Right here. The third number, -4/3. Is right here. Next number 3 over 4. Is right here. Next number 3. Next number -3. The last number 0. Now we have graphed all these numbers on this number line. As we know, number increase from left to right. So we can list them in increase order. From least to greatest. -3, -2, -4 over 3, 0, 1 over 2, 3 over 4, and 3. Now let's see another example. Our number line, point A has coordinates 3 and point B has coordinates 6. What is the coordinates of the point between A and B that is half as far from A as it is from B? So first we can draw the number line. And the point A has coordinates 3. Point B has coordinates 6. And we need to find the point C between A and B. And the distance between A and C is half of the distance between C and B. So now you can see between A and B, the distance right here actually is 3, right? So the distance between C and A is half of the distance between C and B. So now it's very obvious that the C point is actually right here. Okay, the distance between A and C is 1, and the distance between C and B is 2. So the coordinates of the point C is 4. The opposite of a number A is written as -A. So right here, A can be negative, positive, or 0. A number and its opposite are on the opposite sides of the origin and have the same distance from the origin. For example, you can draw the number line. The opposite of the number 3 is -3. So the number 3 is right here, and its opposite is -3. You can see 3 and -3 are on the opposite sides of the origin, and they have the same distance from the origin. So similarly, you can see the opposite of -3 is -3. So we know this actually is a 3. So the opposite of -3 is 3. And the opposite of 3 is -3. the opposite of 0 is 0. So now we can see that a number and its opposites are always symmetric with respect to the origin. So now we can simplify some expressions related to the opposites. We can simplify this numerical expression. The first term right here is the opposite of -6. Actually, is a +6. Here's 15. Another example. So we can simplify this numerical expression. So first, let's see here is the opposite of -3. Actually, is a +3. You can -3 actually here. The absolute value of a real number x is non-negative value of x without regard to its sign. Or we can say it's the distance between this number x and the origin on the number line. The absolute value of a number x is denoted by this symbol using two vertical straight lines. And according to the definition of absolute value, so the absolute value of x equals x when x is a positive. It equals -x when x is a negative. It equals 0 when x is a 0. For example, the absolute value of -3 actually equals 3. So that's the distance between -3 and the origin. And the absolute value of 3 is also equal to 3. That's also the distance between origin and 3. Now we can try to solve an equation with absolute values. So the absolute value of x equals 3. According to the figure above, we know that x can be either +3 or -3. So the solution set of this equation actually is a -3 and 3. Now let's see another example about the absolute value. So we can simplify this numerical expression. The absolute value of -3 actually is 3. Now it's 0.